What's up, everyone? It's your boy Norn Radd89 here, bringing you another video. Today we're going to go over a fun film right here, The Faculty. Today I want to talk about the brilliance of this film and kind of the key time in horror when this film came out and what the importance it was to me as a horror fan. Really, this film represents a lot. So we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, review the film, kind of give you my thoughts on it, positives, negatives, a rating. But like I said, also talk about the brilliance of this film because this is just one that I completely adore. So let's get into this. Roll it. So The Faculty is a key horror film in my childhood because this just represents a time when I was just discovering new horror films left and right, and also new creators and new actors and actresses and stuff like that. So when it comes to this film, it just introduced me to so much stuff in terms of sci-fi horror. This is a really good sci-fi horror film that is a very much a kind of reboot or a modern version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Me personally, of my opinion, I believe this is the best version of that tale because we have Invasion of the Body Snatchers, we have The Puppet Master by Robert Heinlein, we have this film. There's just been so many films that are kind of tailored around that similar premise, and I think for me this is the best one, mainly because it's directed by Robert Rodriguez. That's one key thing we want to talk about right away, is that Robert Rodriguez is just one of those directors that if you don't know him, he has a crazy filmography. He can do literally anything. He's actually done a lot of music videos for awesome bands, but he's done sci-fi films, he's done straight up horror films, he's done From Dusk Till Dawn, he did El Mariachi, he did Desperado, he also did the Spy Kids trilogy too, so he can do comedy. He did Alita Battle Angel. So like I said, Robert Rodriguez is just one of those directors that is so talented that he can deliver you a film that is good in just about any kind of genre there is out there. Something else we got to highlight about this film is the cast. We have Josh Hartnett in here, Elijah Wood, Robert Patrick, Selma Hayek, Jordana Brewster, like Clea DuVall. There's a cast plenty in this film, and I think they all deliver. Like I said, in terms of like Zeke, Casey, Stokely, Stan, every character, even Mary Beth, every character in this film offers some kind of aspect in terms of the high school dilemma, that aspect of life, but also characters that you could relate to or enjoy watching on screen. And this is one of those films that every time I rewatch it, it grows on me more and more. There's just more character development stuff that I love. There's stuff I enjoy about it even more. Another thing is the music. The music in here is slam dunk. We have to talk about that. So it's one of those key 90s films, and it has a ton of songs like School's Out, another Brick in the Wall, School's Out, I'm 18. So for real, there's a whole host of awesome songs and soundtrack music in this film as well that makes it just a stamp in horror history. And like I said, The Faculty, this is also written by Kevin Williamson too, and this is in the height of his career, you know what I mean, when he was doing Scream and Scream 2 and all those kind of films. I forgot what else he wrote, but at this time right now it's kind of brain farting me. But like I said, also this film, like I said, at the height of his career, writing amazing films, and he had that pulse on society, like his finger on the pulse of youth in society at that time. So he was able to write really good dialogue and really good characters. Usher's in this film too as well. I believe he's on the cover too. So yeah, this film just stands the test of time for me. If I was gonna go any negatives, let's talk about, like, because we've been just blowing this film up with positives. Any negatives is that there is some shoddy CGI in here, but I could forgive it because it's just very minuscule, minor moments. There's some really good practical effects in here and some really good gore sequences, so that really does elevate it and kind of overshadows and overtakes those small moments of CGI that are leave you with a lot to be desired, because this is the late 90s. But like I said, there's just a couple moments, they don't overuse it or anything like that. So this film, just like I said, key in my childhood, because also being it that when I was watching it, it has that frightening factor because I watched it at that age where I was about 10. I was 9 going on 10 when this film came out. And every kid kind of has that feeling where they're like, are they on a different planet, you know what I mean? Are their teachers aliens? Like, do these people really understand me? Or even adults, you're as a child, you think adults are just aliens, you know? Do they really understand me? And you're kind of scared, and this film plays on it really well, and Robert Rodriguez crafts a good horror film, and like, this is one of his best, you know, it's right up there. Desperado might be, I'd have to really rewatch all of his films. From Dusk Till Dawn is a really good one too. Three Rooms, Sin City. Robert Rodriguez has an amazing, amazing film catalog, but The Faculty is definitely, I can guarantee you, in my top 5 Robert Rodriguez film. Thanks for sticking around me all for this review as we just chatted up The Faculty and talked about just kind of really glaring it up and blowing this film up, because this is one that I think highly, highly deserves all the praise it gets, all the positiveness you hear about it. This is one of those films that you have to check out, even if you're not a horror fan. This is a film that I think, and like non-horror fans can enjoy, because it's fun. You could even watch this, like I said, as a sci-fi film, as just a high school kind of, you know, like high school group film, you know what I mean? Kind of a Breakfast Club type story, but with sci-fi elements. So I think this has a lot to offer, this film. But please like the video. That definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and have that notification bell poked so you're notified anytime I drop a video. And in terms of a Radd rating for The Faculty, this film's going to get an 8.5 out of 10. This is a very, very strong film, one that I return to very often, and I'm very happy to have in the collection. Thank you, Ali. So 8.5 out of 10, very strong rating for The Faculty. So like I said, please share your comments down below on this film, and also, you know what's up. Most importantly, have a safe and happy day. Peace out.